Now over there is a special tree. Why is it special? If I were to enter the cheat command Marvin, and then press F6 to unlock the free camera and use the arrow keys to fly, I would find this message. Hello you! Congratulations, you found a hidden note. This is an insane tribute message to all fans out there, worldwide. We hope you're mostly satisfied. Also, we'd like to thank our loyal German community at World of Gothic and the other German fan sites for being there. And a very special hello from Sasha to Jake Misa. Yes, I told you. Send us postcards from your hometown. We'd be very pleased to hear from you. See our mail at www.gothic2.com. And then you can press F4 to go back to your character. And that's it. Very, very cool.
I think I've found something.
Now the amulet that I found here is the amulet of priests. Okay, now it's time to go to the left to find Logan. There's a guy there. I'm not gonna talk to him yet.
Look, new face. Are you just gonna stand around here, or have you come to help me?
Franco sent me. He says you could use some help. So, what's up?
The swamp sharks are coming a little too close for me. High time to finish off a few of them.
What do I get for my help?
Franco will let you rot here if you do nothing. If you want to get into the camp, you'll have to lend a hand. You won't get any further here with just words. Besides, I can show you how to gut the beasts. But don't think Franco will send you straight into the camp just because we've had a little fun with the swamp sharks here. There are people out here who have been waiting a long time to get in. And the next one who gets in is me. It had better be me.
What's in the camp then?
The question is what isn't in the camp. There are no swamp sharks, no swamp holes, no swamp at all. Instead, they have booze and gold. As far as I know, they even have a woman. Got it?
Show me how to gut animals.
If you want to learn something about blood flies, go to Edgar. He knows all about them. And if you want to gut swamp sharks or lizards, you have to know how to remove skins and teeth. I can show you that.
Let's attack the swamp sharks.
You figured out how to get ahead here. I'm pleased. Psst. Hey, you hear that? Oh yeah, I hear them.
I see. And what do we do now?
They're coming. They've got an appetite for a bite of human flesh. Well, we'll see who gets eaten here. Let's go. The only good swamp shark is a dead swamp shark. That'll be a warning to their brothers.
All right. Is there anything else to do? Otherwise, I'll take off.
Do that. If you want to learn anything else, you know where to find me.
Nothing to plunder. Nothing there. Nothing there.
Okay, so I've killed every single Swamp shark here. Now it's time to go back.
Nobody ever asked me.
I helped Logan.
Okay, so you fought the swamp sharks. You're useful. At least more so than most of the guys here.
It would have turned out differently if it hadn't been for us. Do you really think?
So can I go to the camp now?
Listen, there's another thing I need you for. A few days ago, I sent Edgar into the swamp. He was supposed to get me an old stone tablet, but he hasn't been seen since. See what he's doing, and bring me that damn stone tablet.
I've got no time for things like that.
What about gold?
What?
Do I get anything for my work here in the swamp?
You want gold? Sure. How much do you want? 50 gold nuggets? 100? I'll give you as much gold as you can carry. Who do you think you are? Are you trying to make a fool out of me? Now push off and do something. Otherwise, you won't get so much as 1 crumb of gold.
Things would have turned out differently if it hadn't been for us. He was falling down drunk. He thinks it's as easy as that.
Franco sent me here about that stone tablet. Have you found it?
Man, I haven't even looked for it. All I know is it's supposed to be in this old building deep in the swamp. And my inner voice tells me, Edgar, stay far away from old buildings deep in the swamp. I certainly won't risk my ass for that bum Franco.
Where exactly is this old building?
Just go left past the big rock here. After a while, you'll come to another big rock. You have to go left or right past that one. I don't know anymore. It was too long ago. But the ruins are supposed to be on some sort of rise. All but hidden among plants. Maybe you'll get lucky and you won't find it.
So I found that one.
I found the stone tablet.
Really? You must be a brave guy. Then you've certainly earned your way into the camp. It was nice knowing you.
That'll only cause more trouble. He thinks it's as easy as that.
Here's the stone tablet.
Good, very good. Raven will be pleased with you.
What about the camp now? Can I finally go in?
No, I already sent Logan in. He was ahead of you in the list. And at the moment, there's no need for another man in the camp. Besides, I could really use you here. Now that Logan isn't here anymore.
He really should have known better.
You swine. I'll get you.
You miserable little wretch. You want to mess with me? Just you wait.
And now...
Get it, boy!
You don't have to tell me that. I wouldn't have done it.
And now I hear you ask, what happens if you remove Logan out of the equation?
You're in for...
Stop right there, you lowlife!
I used to say that myself. That only caused more trouble.
I helped Logan,
Things would have turned out
but he didn't survive.
Okay, so you fought the swamp sharks. You're useful. At least more so than most of the guys here.
So can I go to the camp now?
Listen, there's another thing I need you for. A few days ago, I sent Edgar into the swamp. He was supposed to get me an ore. See what...
I've got no time for
Here's the stone tablet.
Good. Very good. Raven will be pleased with you.
What about the camp now? Can I finally go in?
No, I already sent someone else in. And at the moment, there's no need for another man in the camp. Besides, I can really use you here. Now that Logan isn't here
I've got
anymore.
no time for things like that.
So yeah, he will still send somebody else instead of you.
I've got no time for things like that.
Hey, what happened down there?
I flattened Franco.
So? Then now it's your job to make sure the lazy dogs do their work every day.
Hey, I'm not here to be bothered with the hunters. I want to enter the camp.
Forget it. You did in Franco. Now you're the leader. So do your job.
If I'm the leader, then I decide who goes in next. And I decided that I'm next.
It isn't that easy. We haven't asked for anyone, so no one gets in.
Thoris can send a new leader for the hunters. Then there will be a vacancy inside for me.
You don't give up, do you? Okay. Then move your butt inside. Thoris will make sure that the hunters won't have to live without a leader. What are you waiting for? And get yourself a pickaxe.
How can I get a lot of gold quickly?
Good question. Isn't that why we're all here? Just see to it that you get a red stone from Thoris. Then you can go into the mine.
Anything new?
The pirates have set sail and taken off. Now there's only a couple of idiots sitting on the beach. And they don't have a decent ship. Not even Beliar knows how we'll get off this island.
What do you know about the camp?
Talk to Snaff if it's information you're after. That fat cook knows a bunch. If you want to buy something, go to Fisk. He gets hold of all kinds of things.
Lots of familiar names from Gothic 1.
Hey! How's it going?
Either you'll get eaten by a beast, or you'll get this.
Is there anything new?
We really put one over on those pirates. They provided us with prisoners, but never saw a coin for it. No wonder they're angry. But what can they do? Attack the camp?
Hey! How's it going?
I'm waiting until they ask for someone new and it's my turn. Now that Franco's dead, hopefully I have a better chance.
He wants to know.
Hey, are you the new guy who knocked on Franco?
I couldn't care less.
Yes, why?
Because now I have to take over his job. You did a great job. Thanks a lot.
That will never change.
And what's it like leading the hunters?
Leave me alone.
Been there, done that.
How's it going?
I'm waiting until they ask for someone new, and it's now that Franco's...
Who said that? Been there, done that.
You better watch out.
Been there, done that.
Hi.
What you want?
Where do I get a pickaxe?
Go to Huno the Smith. But even if you have a pick, that don't mean that you can get into the mine. If you want to get in, you have to talk to Esteban. Don't even bother going to Thor's. He'll only let you in if you have a red stone.
Tell me, what do you think of Esteban?
Hey, he's the boss here. He's all right, I think. He always lets the good boys into the mine, the ones who know something about mining, I mean.
And you know something about mining?
I'm the best.
What do I have to know about mining gold?
Well, there's something you should know. Gold isn't ore. There's one damn important difference. I mean, what woman would hang a chain of ore around her neck? When picking, work from top to bottom. You can work the nuggets loose best that way. There are also diggers who do it the other way around, but it's far more difficult.
Can you judge my gold digging abilities?
Sure. I've been at this for over 35 years. There's nothing I can't assess. For you, I'd say you're a quite passable scraper.
So I have 20% gold digging abilities at the moment.
Ah, who have we here then? Looky, looky. There you are. I've got good news and bad news for you.
First, tell me the bad news.
Raven is looking for you. So are his guards. Actually, all the bandits are looking for you. And if they find you, they'll kill you.
A lot of people have already tried that.
Then your combat skills are as good as your craftiness. Coming into the camp with some of our armor is like the sheep coming to the wolves. Your life is hanging by a thin thread, son of danger.
And what's the good news?
Well, I don't really know why, but you've made yourself a couple of powerful enemies. You can count yourself lucky that I recognized you and no one else. Because I am understanding and sociable.
How much do you want?
Oh, no, please. I don't want to extort gold from you. I wouldn't dream of it.
Then what do you want?
Recently, somebody tried to get Esteban out of the way, but he ran into the bodyguards. Go to Esteban and talk to him. Afterwards, we'll talk again.
About Esteban.
Have you already talked to him?
Not yet.
Well, you should do that soon.
You look like a digger.
I am a digger. The last time I was in the mine, I worked my ass off.
What happens to the gold from the mine?
Doris collects it and then distributes it. No one is allowed to keep what he mines. Everybody gets only a part of the gold. That way even the hunters and guards get their share. I think that's okay. Since we've had that rule, there have been fewer deaths and the miners still get more than the guys who hang around outside.
Why aren't you in the mine now?
I was in the mine long enough and slaved away until I was about to fall over. Now I need a few days rest. Before I get my next red stone.
What's the deal with these red stones?
That's something Thoris and Esteban thought up. Thoris takes care of the gold distribution, and Esteban organizes the workers for the mine. Of course, he doesn't want to run to Thoris every time he sends someone to the mine. That's why he gives us one of those red stone tablets, and Thoris lets us in then. It's like a pass.
Another familiar face.
A dark cloud over the house. The one approaches with blood. Needed to call him. He who sees me. He sees me. Oh no. Go away. Be gone.
Are you all right?
Green novice. I cannot find it.
Here, take this swamp weed.
Not green, not strong. Not green, not strong.
How can I help you?
The green novice will help the novice.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Lenore. Welcome to the Diggers Camp.
Diggers? I thought this was the bandits' camp.
Right, but the bandits are only here today, so...
Can you teach me anything about gold mining?
Certainly, but if I teach you something, you'll be able to mine more gold.
That's why I'm asking.
Sure, but if you can mine more, it's only fair I get a share of it.
Well...
You might as well give him a share in advance. Or let's say 50 gold pieces.
Teach me something about gold mining.
Good. Regular swings will take you forward. Don't overdo it, but also don't fall asleep swinging. And don't always strike at the same spot. Try to work around a good-sized nugget. Do that, and you're on the way to becoming a master digger.
Hey, you! Are you a digger?
Because of the pants? Nah, I just wear them because they're comfortable. All I do here is cook meat stew. Here, you can try some. It'll make you strong. It's always important to train your strength. There are many dangers lurking out there. If you want, I can help you to get stronger.
I want to be stronger.
His meat stew also gives you strength bonus.
Hey!
Hey, if you're looking for a decent trader here in the camp, then you just found him. My hut is right behind Esteban, so if you need anything, come on by.
Wait a minute. Show me your wares.
That was no big deal.
Those are all just rumors.
That was no big deal.
Nothing's ever gonna change there.
You don't have to tell me that.
He should have known.
He simply needs to practice.
Don't wake him.
What?
If you want to do yourself a favor, then stay away from Skinner. The fellow is unpredictable. He killed the last guy who woke him up. Let him sleep, for everybody's sake.
You don't have to tell me that.
You already know what
Why did you wake me, eh? I bet you don't even know. No, don't say anything. It's too late for excuses. Now you have two choices. You can fight me in my Betty, or you can try to run away. In your place, I'd run.
So he has a dialogue if you run away.
Yeah! Run as fast as you can!
I couldn't care less.
Wait a minute. I thought you were trying to pick a fight with me. Did you change your mind? You prefer talking, right? But I don't want to talk to you!
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
Watch out! Shit! Let him have it.
Now Betty is the best dexterity melee weapon in the game.
How's it going with you?
Well, at least I'm in now. Lucia brews some wicked liquor, but Esteban won't let me into the mine. At any rate, not yet. He's given me another job.
And? What does he want from you?
There was an attempt on Esteban's life. He wants to know who's behind it. Esteban thinks that Snaff is involved. I'm supposed to keep an eye on him.
I'll come back later.
Do you want to eat or chatter? What'll it be?
What's on the menu?
I want to try out a new dish. Fire strips and hammer sauce.
Hammer sauce?
A sauce made from hammer-hard booze. I have a recipe from a guy called Lou. You get the ingredients and distill the booze up on the alchemist's bench. Then I'll make a sauce out of it. What do you think?
Fire strips?
Crisp, delicately roasted meat mixed with pickled fireweed. But don't worry, I already have the ingredients for that.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right, here's the recipe.
And? How's it going?
Listen, if you want something to eat, go to Snaff. If you want something to drink, you're in the right place.
What do you drink here, then?
We only have a little beer. The only beer on the island was brought by the Paladins. Just about the only good thing those fellows brought with them. Otherwise, we drink booze. I got moonshine, grog, and white rum. You should try that. I got the recipe from Samuel. The old boy really knows his trade.
Aren't you from Corinus?
Don't remind me. My life in that city was horrible. While the ships with the new convicts kept coming in, there was still life in the town. But all those other guys? No thanks. Maybe it's because we're on an island. Well, those days are over. I'm finished with Eldritch.
Why?
He's a wimp. When the bandits dragged me off, he didn't lift a finger to help me.
What are you planning to do?
We'll see. For now, I'll stay here with Snaff, Fisk, and the others. Have you already talked to Thoris? Oh, Enos, is that a hunk of a man? Excuse me. Let's get back to your question. I haven't set a goal. I'm only drifting.
You're not very fond of the Paladins, are you?
Those fanatical murderers in the pay of the fire magicians? No. But Lord Hagen occupies the city with his thugs, and everybody bows down to him. And I didn't want to do that. I wasn't going to wait until they closed down the Red Lantern and locked me up.
The Paladins are the warriors of Innis. They aren't murderers.
So? Blood sticks to their swords, too. Just like the weapons of the pirates or the bandits. The only difference is they do it in Enos's name and not because they want to survive.
Do you deny Innis then, wench?
How could I? It's just people who misuse his name. But I never doubted Enos's divine splendor for a second.
The Paladins don't only fight in his name. Innis chooses his warriors.
So? I believe it's the people themselves who choose. Still, your words amaze me. You talk almost like you were one of them.
Have you ever killed someone?
No, and I'm very glad of it. Please, let's not be so serious anymore. Instead, let's drink and enjoy every moment the gods give us.
Give me something to drink.
Ring of Dexterity.
Can you teach me something?
Only too gladly. You can train your dexterity with me.
So important message. Hey people, Lou has disappeared in the swamp. He's probably been eaten by swamp sharks. Even worse, the key to the door disappeared with him. Find it, and you can keep Lou's stuff. Snaff.
Hey, you!
So this is about the key that I found before inside a swamp shark. Lou's double hammer. So Snaff wants me to make him Lou's hammer. And I could do that here on Alchemist's bench. There's also double hammer. So Booze, Lou's hammer. I don't have enough rum for double one. And then I can give it to Snaff.
Hey, you! I distilled the booze.
Excellent. Then I'll finish it. Here, you can try a portion right away. That'll put some strength in your arm. Oh, and if I can help you again, for you, all information is free from now on.
But there's another way to do this.
Anything's possible.
Hey! Anything new?
The pirates won't take us back to the mainland because they haven't been paid for the last few transports. We ought to skewer one or two of them, and the rest would be guaranteed to take us over.
What do you know about the camp?
After it became known that there was a gold mine here, those bums must have raised quite a ruckus. Raven killed the worst of them and threw the rest out of the mine. Since then, no one's allowed in the upper area anymore. He's even had prisoners dragged here to dig in the mine.
What do you know about the prisoners?
Raven wants to dig something up. At first he had the bandits doing it, but too many dropped dead. That's why he brought the prisoners. If they snuff it, it doesn't matter.
What does Raven want to dig up?
No idea, but it sure has to do with more than gold.
What does he know about duty?
You know the rule. No one goes into the mine without a redstone tablet.
Forget the mine. I have to see Raven.
Even then, we have rules here, and they apply to everyone, even to you. Go back. If you try to enter the upper square without permission, the other guards will kill you. Those are the rules. If you have a problem with that, go talk to Esteban. He's responsible for the camp.
Wait a minute. It's important that I get to Raven.
Oh, yeah? Do you really think you can make it through to him? His guards have orders not to let anyone in. You'd be dead before you even saw him. So knock that idea out of your head.
Don't you remember me from the old camp?
You were one of the prisoners. Maybe you were one of my guards. And? Does that make us allies now? No, it doesn't. Maybe you're the guy who brought down the barrier. Maybe you also killed my pals. So what? Those times are over. You want in? Then get yourself a red stone and don't waste my time.
Come on, let me in, for old time's sake.
Let me explain something to you. Do you know why I'm still alive? Because I've always been loyal to my people. I don't have to agree with everything Raven does, but I'll stick to the rules. And so will you.
I have a stone tablet for you here.
You don't have the right stone. Only the red ones are important.
Hey, what's with your armor? Where can I get armor like that?
You can't. This armor is reserved for Raven's Guard. I hardly think there's an entrance exam for new candidates. But the ultimate decision isn't mine, it's Raven's.
What does he know about duty? Nobody ever asks me. Been there, done that. Better to watch out. It had to happen sooner or later. Anything's possible. It was his decision, wasn't it?
Do you deal in smithy equipment?
Huno has steel. I only have a few lumps of ore, but I won't give that up. It's the only thing I have of value.
I've got no time for
Do you work for Huno?
I wanted to make up a bit of gold and took up with Huno. But since then, Esteban hasn't given me anything at all. He said he can't use me anymore. What else can I do but continue to slave away for Huno?
There's more.
Everything else all right with you?
I just want to do my job, man.
Things would have turned out differently if it hadn't been for us.
It looks like you're a master of your craft.
I've heard that before. Did you bring the steel?
Steel? No, I think you're confusing me with...
Somehow you seem familiar. Do we know each other from somewhere?
Sure, from the old camp.
The old camp, right. You're that curious guy. I thought you was dead.
Yes, everybody thinks that. Who else survived?
A few. Some fled with Raven like I did. For a lot of others, the old camp became a grave.
Tell me about your escape.
Chaos broke out the day the barrier fell. Some hid, others fled, and there was a plundering everywhere.
What did you do?
I was about to leave the camp when it turned bright very suddenly, and a scorching pain ate through my skin. I'd been struck by damn lightning. Feels like I can still hear it. Later, someone told me that Thoris found me and took me with him.
I need better armor.
So, you can have this. It's Esteban's fault. It's so expensive. That damn dog pockets a share of every piece of armor I sell.
Show me what you have.
That was no big deal.
Now he has Ring of Strength. I'm gonna buy that. And lumps of ore, which I don't care about. I would buy those lumps of ore if I played melee mercenary, but for this guy, there's no need.
I used to say that myself.
Anything's possible.
I've got no time for things like that. I couldn't care less.
Show me your wares.
As if I didn't have enough money.
That was no big deal.
Now, I'm gonna need Bloodfly Stinger soon, and even if you haven't learned how to take them from Bloodflies, you can still buy them from this guy, from Fisk.
Anything new?
The pirates won't take us back. We ought.
Who's in charge here?
Raven's our leader. He led us here and built the camp. He controls the mine. Otherwise, the dogs would have killed each other over the gold a long time ago.
You don't have to ask me that. That's no secret.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
Can't go on like this forever. Nobody wants to know. I'm staying out of it.
Nobody ever asks me.
What does he know about duty?
Everything all right?
Touch Esteban, and I'll chop you to pieces!
I've got no time for things like that.
How's it going?
Wait a minute. Don't I know you from somewhere?
Same old thing all over again.
No, you're not him. Go on, piss off.
I've got no time.
That's so cool. That he doesn't recognize you.
How's it going?
Quiet up to now.
Things like that.
That's nothing new.
Everything...
Touch Esteban!
Been there, done that.
So you're the fellow who fought his way into camp, huh?
That got around fast.
Franco was a tough nut. No one messed with him. No one. Except you. Just to make it clear, if you try the same shit with me,
That's no secret.
I'll kill you.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
I need better armor.
Why? You already have some. That's good enough for you now.
I want to get into the mine.
Of course you do. Then you're in the right place with me. Because everyone who digs in the mine gets to keep a hefty share of the gold. And I hand out the red stones you need so that Thoris will let you in.
Give me one of those red stones.
Okay, but they aren't free. Normally I demand a share of the gold the boys get for digging. How much do you know about mining gold, huh? You probably learned a few tricks, right? If I give you a redstone, it won't be because you're such a great digger. No. I have another job for you.
What sort of job?
One of the bandits planned to kill me, but instead, my guards killed him.
He was hot for your job, huh?
He was an idiot. A thug without a brain. He never would have got the idea to attack me on his own. Nah. He was only fulfilling a contract. Someone else sent him.
So, I'm supposed to find out who was behind it.
Whoever sent me this assassin will pay for it. Find him, and I'll let you into the mine.
Senyan sent me to you about this business.
Senyan? He also works for me. I told him he should keep his eyes open.
I used to say that myself.
How should I go about it?
Everyone here in the camp knows about it. So you're playing with all your cards on the table, huh? Try to find out who's on my side and who isn't. And don't let the boys make a fool of you. Talk to Snaff. That fat cook picks up a lot.
That'll only cause more trouble.
About the assignment.
Listen, I have other things I have to take care of. Come back when you found out who the guy is.
I've got no time
Touch
for things like
Esteban!
that.
Do you really think?
What do you know about the attack?
What do I know about it? I broke the guy's legs. And I'll do the same to anybody else who wants to attack Esteban.
Things would have turned out differently if it hadn't been for us.
It can't go on like this forever.
What do you know about the prisoners?
Raven wants to dig something up. At first he had the bandits doing it, but too many dropped dead. That's why he brought the prisoners. If they snuff it, it doesn't matter.
That's exactly what I said.
Things I could tell you.
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
Listen, I don't want anything to do with that business, got it? I have my own worries. I'm a victim myself.
In what way?
I paid a lot of gold for my last delivery, but it never came. Some swine made off with it. I've been robbed, probably by some of our own people.
What sort of delivery?
A packet of lockpicks. Someone was supposed to get them from the pirates for me, but a guy named Juan snatched it away from me, including the gold that I paid for it. That bastard is hiding somewhere in the swamp.
That's totally obvious.
There's more, believe me.
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
Nothing, man. I didn't have anything to do with it. What do you want from me?
Anything's possible.
About the attack on Esteban.
What do you want from me?
I'm looking for the person behind the attack.
And why are you coming to me about that?
I thought you might know something about that business.
I don't know anything.
He really should have known better.
Hey, you! What do you know about the attack?
Hey, man, I didn't have anything to do with it.
What do you...
Nothing at all.
What do you know?
Hey, man,
Hey, you! I've talked to Esteban.
And did he tell you about the attack?
He ordered me to find out who sent the assassin. Do you know anything about that?
No more than you do. I'm also on the hunt for the guy behind it. And now we come to the interesting part.
Let's hear it.
I want you to do your job well. I want you to find the traitor, and when you have found him, I want you to kill him for me. Then I will pocket the reward. I have your wanted poster. Don't forget that. Do your job and do it well. You can figure out what will happen otherwise.
I don't really have a choice.
I knew we would come to an agreement. When you find out who the guy is, we'll kill the tick together. And now beat it. You know what you have to do.
Hey, you!
You know.
About the attack on Esteban.
Yeah?
Do you have any idea who was behind it?
Sure. Let me tell you, I bet that Emilio is behind this. He always ran to the mine like a crazy man. He dug as much as he could. But since the attack, he's been sitting on his bench, not budging an inch. It's obvious. To get into the mine, he has to have a red stone from Esteban. I bet he doesn't dare look him in the eye.
What would Emilio get out of Esteban's death?
What do I know? Maybe he has a pal in the mine who would take over Esteban's place then. Yeah, that would make sense.
Now you have to be careful what you say to this
About
guy.
the attack on Esteban.
Yeah?
Do you have any idea who's behind this?
Why do you want to know?
I want to talk to the guy.
So? And what do you want from him?
Then you want to pick this one?
I have some interesting information for him.
You're in cahoots with the guy who ordered the assassination, aren't you?
And then you want this one?
Absolutely not.
Good. I'll tell you what I know. When the attack took place, I was trying to get my pickaxe from Huno the smith. But he wasn't there.
And?
Usually he's always there. Very suspicious if you ask me.
Hey, you!
You know what you...
Lenar told me a bit about you.
Lenar? That guy's an idiot. You must have noticed.
He said you haven't been in the mine since the attack happened.
I don't know anything. You are working together with that Senyan. You're in cahoots with Esteban. I heard exactly what you were blabbing about. Up to now, Esteban hasn't given a damn about us. Why should I trust his people? Leave me alone!
Okay, now I wanna leave the camp for a bit. Show you what to do with loose hammer if you can't craft it yourself. But first I wanna go this way. And check out this guy.
Why are you sitting around here?
I've got problems. At the moment, it's better for my health if I'm not seen in the camp.
What's wrong?
I had really good relations with some of the pirates, you see. I was always meeting the boys outside their camp and trading. Man, I bought stuff for half the camp. Tom, bring me this. Tom, bring me that. And then that bastard Esteban got in between.
What happened?
Esteban sent Juan, one of his boys. The bastard waylaid us. I was just about to make a deal with the pirates when he came out of the dark and knocked me down with 2 blows. Man, that guy is fast, but not fast enough. I was able to get away from him.
And since the ambush, you've been hiding here?
First, I went back to the camp and let Fisk, Juno, and the others know that they could forget their delivery, and that Esteban was behind it. If Esteban finds out that I told the others that he was responsible, I'm dead. That's why I can't go back to the camp.
What else?
Well, I'll just sit here counting rocks.
So we got more info on that. Let's see if Juno and Fisk have something to say about that deal.
Those are all just rumors.
Juan worked for Esteban.
What?
Don't play games with me. You knew about it.
Fine, you're right. But I hope you also realize why I didn't tell you about it. Everyone in the camp knows you work for Esteban. I don't have any desire to get dragged into this business just because you're hot for a red stone.
I'm not really working for Esteban.
So? You want to pull the wool over the old swine's eyes? Then I'll give you some good advice. Keep it to yourself. When it comes to Esteban, trust no one. Not even me. Got it? Now enough about that. We don't want to be overheard.
I wouldn't have done
that. He simply wants to practice.
Juno is suspected of having something to do with the attack.
I don't know anything about it.
No idea, you tell me.
But you work for Juno, so you do know something.
I know nothing. Honest, I have to go now.
Wait a minute.
Those are all just...
Do you know what Esteban will do to you when he finds out you're covering for Juno?
Man, leave me alone. I don't have anything to do with that business.
Tell me what you know now, or I'll slam you into the wall, Paul.
You can't rough me up just because you work for the boss.
I can.
Cut the crap.
Paul.
All I know is that Juno has a bone to pick with Esteban. He's constantly going on at me about that Esteban, that he screwed up business for him and so on. I only listened and never said anything.
Exactly. You see, that wasn't so bad.
I couldn't care less.
I've heard a few things about you.
So?
I heard that you weren't in your place when the attack occurred.
What else?
Paul said you hate Esteban.
So, did he? What else?
Nothing else.
Now listen, you move your ass out of here before I forget myself.
So yeah, I need more info for this guy.
Hey! What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
After the attacker was dead, Torres assigned me to get a new man for the camp. And Franco sent Logan. Hey, I just do what Torres tells me. I don't know anything about the attack itself.
I've got no time for things like that. Do you really think?
So now it's time to go this way.
I couldn't get away with that.
Hey, you! How's it going?
I'm waiting until they ask for someone new and it's my turn. Now that Franco's dead, hopefully I have a better chance.
How's it going?
What do you want? Have you got anything to say to me? If not, you can just go away. Otherwise, my friend will make mincemeat of you. So what is it?
They say you have some interesting wares to offer.
So what? Esteban wants to jerk me around, eh? I do all the work and hide away here for days in this miserable hole, and he just sends someone to fetch the stuff? I'm not a warehouse.
Yeah, and? That isn't my problem.
But I'm making it your problem. You want the delivery? Fine. You can pay for it. Get the gold from Esteban or Raven or I don't know where. I don't care. Whoever wants these goods will pay for them.
Show me what you have.
So he has all of this. Now, if you take a look at his trade inventory,
show me what you have.
He has 20 seaman grog. This is what he stole from the pirates. However,
I don't come from Esteban.
Oh? Well then. Hey, just a moment. Hold still for a second. You have a critter on your shoulder.
Holy shit!
So when you kill him, he doesn't drop that seaman grog. But that's fine. I already have like 14. I can get the 6 elsewhere and just give it to Skip. Also, this guy here doesn't attack you if you challenge Juan. But if you just attack Juan plainly, then he will attack you as well.
Just you wait.
now it's very late, it's nighttime, and it's dark. I'm gonna pull out my torch. And one thing you should know is that if you have a torch out and you drink a speed potion, the speed potion will not work with the torch out. And this combat music just keeps on playing. So now what I'm doing is I'm going towards the portal in the swamp. That's gonna take me back to water mages.
About Raven, I was in the bandit camp to the east. Raven is their leader. But in order to get to Raven, I have to get some of the bandits out of the way first.
Fine. Then good luck. But do not forget that it must happen quickly. Raven must not reach his goal under any circumstances.
He has a gold mine, and he has the prisoners digging for gold.
That sounds like him. You must get the prisoners out of there.
Yes, of course. I'm working on it. About the relics. What about this?
That looks good. Where'd you find that?
This thing was lying in a building near the Great Swamp.
That would have been the House of the Healers. We don't know much about them. They seem to have been the first to disappear. Very good. The image of this city is becoming clearer, but we still don't know enough. In all, there must be 5 of this sort of stone tablet hidden around here. Find them and bring them to me. Here is some gold as a reward.
I'll see whether I can find anything.
Good, but hurry. Time is not our ally. May Adanos protect you.
The orcs will soon lose interest in this area.
What makes you say that?
Their leader is dead.
Let's just hope you are right. We really don't need disturbances of that sort right now.
About the mansions?
Yes?
The House of the Healers is in the middle of the swampy area and is defended by many stone sentinels.
So it is still standing?
Yes, but I wonder for how much longer.
It pains my soul to see the witnesses of the past in this dilapidated condition.
No, I'm not gonna use the teleport. Because I want to loot some stuff. Now here is a scroll of fire rain. Oh, nice. This guy keeps dying. And this guy got stuck on a mushroom. I love it.
Nothing there. I think I've found something.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
He doesn't even know how to hold a sword.
And there's more,
Hey! What else have you got?
I could get you any...
So I'll buy... six of these. Then I can give him the recipe.
I've got a recipe for you.
Great! Let me see. What kind of recipe?
Be careful. That's absolutely deadly stuff.
You're scaring me, but I'll give it a try anyway.
It's from Snaff.
But it sounds terrible. I must try it at once.
So now...
I want something stronger.
Name your poison.
You can buy these 2 potions from him.
I want Lou's hammer.
Great stuff.
You don't have to...
I want Lou.
Great stuff.
Make them yourself.
Give me a double.
Don't do anything.
Give me a double. A double hammer.
Don't do anything you might regret, kid. I hope you don't want this for yourself.
Give me some of your hate.
Rather
Gonna buy a couple of these. Should be enough for now. 54.
Couldn't get away with that.
That's all just gossip.
I know who murdered Angus and Hank.
I don't care who murdered them. What about my grog?
So this dialogue is slightly different, depending if you give him the grog first or not.
About that grog.
If he doesn't
Here's your 20 bottles.
What? Really? Just like that?
Well...
Okay, I'll pay for them.
Haven't you got anything more interesting than gold?
Let's see. I've got this ring here. I won it gambling in a filthy dockside tavern years ago. Back then, the guy told me it was magic. No idea whether that's true. Maybe you want that instead of money.
Now this ring will give you 5 weapon protection, and you can sell it for 75 gold. While if you choose gold, you will get 200 gold.
Give me the money.
All right.
Easy as that.
I know who murdered Angus and Hank.
Good for you. They're both dead. So who cares now? No pirate ever got rich through vengeance. Just as long as I have my grog back.
I've got no time for things like that.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Hey, you! I know who murdered Angus and Hank.
Who? Who did it?
His name is Juan. He's one of the bandits.
You've got to do that bastard in, do you hear me? He must not get away with this.
Juan is history.
And? Did he suffer?
Come off it, kid.
Oh well, just as long as you killed the swine.
Hey, you! What are you doing now?
I'm taking a break. Francis got... Let him sup.
Do you really believe that?
won't get away with that.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
You don't have to tell me
Hey, you! What's new?
I heard you killed Franco. Nice work. But now we got that Carlos on our backs. He doesn't take any nonsense.
They all ran like rabbits. I was completely...
Okay, now let's check out Loose Hammer. So you get +1 mana if you drink it. Let's check out Double Hammer. With this one you take damage.
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
Nothing at all.
I distilled the booze.
Excellent. Then I'll finish it. Here, you can try a portion right away. That'll put some strength in your arm. Oh, and if I can help you again, for you, all information is free from now on.
So fire strips give you +1 to strength.
What do you know about the attack?
The thing with Esteban? You know how it is. The barkeeper hears everything, but never takes sides.
So do you know something?
I didn't say that.
If you were in my place, what would you do?
I would think about what I know about the guy behind it. First, it was probably one of the bandits. That means he's here in the camp. Second, that he's here in the camp means that he is watching you. Third, as long as he thinks that you're on Esteban's side, he'll never reveal himself to you. So, the interesting question is, what are your chances of finding your man?
What are my chances of finding my man?
They're pretty dim. Some people have noticed that you're involved with Senyan. You'll have to break off your connection with him. Otherwise, you'll never have a chance of finding the one responsible for the attack.
Thanks.
Hey, I didn't tell you anything you didn't already know. Got it?
What do people here think of Esteban?
You'll have to be a bit more precise.
What about Finn?
A good digger. He has a nose for gold. Esteban favors him because of it. I think he's in pretty good standing with him.
What does Lenar think about Esteban?
As far as I can tell, Lenar doesn't think at all.
What about Senyan?
Senyan is one of Esteban's boys. He's been working for him for quite a while.
Emilio, what does he think about Esteban?
I don't think he'll bring any flowers to Esteban's grave, if you know what I mean.
What about Fisk?
Fisk is Fisk. He pays his share to Esteban and distributes the goods he mostly gets from the pirates. I don't think he really cares about Esteban.
What does Juno think of Esteban?
Ah, Juno. I know almost nothing about him. That information is, of course, free.
What about Paul?
I don't think he particularly likes Esteban. Since he's been working for Juno, he'll never get into the mine.
What do you think of Esteban?
Whoever talks about him is soon dead.
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
You're looking for the guy who's behind it, huh? But I don't know anything about it. How could I? I was still in the swamp then.
I'll come back later.
Green novice. I cannot find it.
How can I help you?
The green novice will help the novice.
So he has a chest with a note. So this explains how to make a green novice on Alchemist bench.
Green.
So I'm gonna make 2.
Green novice. I cannot find it.
Here, take this green novice.
Oh, my head. Oh, I am Fortuno. What is wrong?
So tell me what is wrong with you.
Once, I belonged to the Brotherhood of the Sleeper. Everything was all right back then. Fine. We were all condemned criminals. But for us novices, life was free from care.
Hey, I was a prisoner in the Valley of Mines myself. Tell me something new.
I don't remember anything. Darkness lies across my mind.
Come on, concentrate. What happened? When did you come back to your senses?
Raven. I only remember Raven and dark rooms.
What about Raven? What did he do to you?
I'm sorry. It's as though my mind were held prisoner. I don't understand it myself.
There must be a way to refresh your memory.
Yes, maybe there is a way. The gurus knew of various forms of altering the spirit and the will.
Do you remember anything about that?
No, I'm afraid this knowledge vanished with the gurus.
Damn. Well, If there is a way to free your spirit, I'll find it. Do you need more swamp weed?
Yes, definitely. I will buy all the swamp weed you can get your hands on. I'll even pay you more for it than Fisk.
So let's try out that Green Novice.
That's no secret.
Who said that? You already know, right?
Hey, you! Fortuno is pretty confused and could use a potion to restore his memory.
Fortuno. That's Raven's servant, no?
He was. Now he's just a wreck, and it's Raven's fault.
Raven? Until now, I thought a lot of him. All right. But here in the swamp, I can't brew any potions.
I could brew the potion. There's an alchemist's bench in the camp. I just need the recipe.
Be careful with this recipe. Brewing this potion is dangerous. If something goes wrong in the brewing, or one of the ingredients isn't right, the potion will be deadly.
I'll be careful.
Who said that? It's forever.
What does he know about duty?
Why haven't I heard about this before?
Okay, let's see the recipe. Recipe for the elixir of mental alteration. This potion helps restore lost memories. So I need secretion from 2 bloodfly stingers, essence of healing, bag of red tear pepper. Only an expert alchemist who knows how to extract the secretion from the stingers should try this potion. And this is why I didn't learn how to do that in the first place. So, since I'm not an expert alchemist, I don't know how to extract secretion. What would happen if I drank it? There we go. Now what would happen if I gave it to Fortuno?
I have a potion for you. It will help you to remember.
I trust you.
Now let's learn the secretion. So what would happen if I drank it now? I got 750 experience from it.
I have a potion for you. It will help you to remember.
I trust you.
And?
Ah! I remember again. Now I see. Adanos, be with me. What have I done?
Yes, what have you done? And above all, what has Raven done?
I helped him to make contact with him. He wanted various elixirs. I brewed them for him. He tried to open the portal to get into the temple.
Why? What does he want in the temple?
A powerful artifact. It lies buried together with the one who once bore it. A mighty warrior who fell to him.
And then?
We couldn't open the portal, but Raven was sure that he could, if he had the tomb of the priest excavated. That's why he brought the slaves here. Victims he could force to dig where the powers of time lie at rest.
Tomb of the priest?
The resting place of a priest of Adanos. It lies in the mine. I also remember the stone tablets. He believed that they would show him the way. And once he was able to decipher the characters on them, he no longer needed me. He put a spell of forgetfulness on me. And you have freed me.
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
Attack? Sorry, I was absent for some time. I don't know anything about it.
Those are all just rumors.
I couldn't care less.
I have your package.
Indeed. What about Juan?
He's dead.
Good. Then he can't cause me any more trouble. As far as you are concerned, I have a pretty good relationship with Juno. I'll see to it that you get your armor cheap from now on. Also, I'll give you one of my weapons. One hand washes the other. That hasn't changed since back then.
Show me your wares.
I'm gonna buy the lockpick. And open it to get 12 lockpicks.
Show me your wares.
Now I'm gonna sell some stuff. Ring of Life, Liveliness, Magic, Astral power, iron skin. Don't need any of that. Fire protection. Arrow protection, don't need any of that.
As if I didn't have enough problems.
About the assignment.
Listen, I have other... Come back with...
That's nothing new. Same old thing all over again.
Why haven't I heard about this?
I've heard a few things about you.
Again? It had better be something important this time.
I heard that you weren't in your place when the attack occurred.
What else?
Paul said you hate Esteban.
So, did he? What else?
Nothing else.
Now listen.
Okay, now it's time to deal with this guy.
Whoa, a fight! You killed Senyan!
Do you have a problem with that?
No, man. I don't have a problem with it. Quite the opposite. The bastard worked for Esteban.
Hey. Hey, you! Help me find out who was behind the attack.
No! I don't want anything to do with it.
If an idiot like Lenar notices that you're behaving oddly, it won't take long before Esteban finds out too.
Shit. I'll tell you one name. Nothing more.
I'm listening.
Juno. Go to Juno. He must know something about this business.
What do you have against Esteban?
All that swine thinks about is money. Every few days, one of us gets eaten by a crawler. But Esteban just won't send any fighters into the mine. And why? Those guys belong to Raven's bodyguards, and Esteban is scared shitless to tell them. He'd rather let us get killed.
What are my chances of finding my man?
You bumped off one of Esteban's people. The man you're looking for will believe you're on his side. But he won't just reveal himself to you. You'll have to find out more.
I knew that.
Exactly.
Nothing's ever gonna change that. I couldn't get away with that.
He was falling.
I've heard a few things about you.
Again? It had better be something important this time.
I heard that you weren't in your place when the attack occurred.
What else?
Paul said you hate Esteban.
So, did he? What else?
Emilio spat out your name. You definitely know something about the attack.
You've been having a chat with old Emilio, eh?
And he isn't the only one who suspects you.
That'll never change.
What's that supposed to mean, huh?
You already know what I think. I'm staying out of it.
So this choice matters, because he'll either get mad at you or he will help you. Let's do the get mad first.
If you were behind the attack, you'll pay for it.
You are such an idiot. Do you really think you can toady up to Esteban? Get out of here. What do you want now? Piss off. What do you want now? Piss off. What do you want now? Piss off.
So as long as you're close to him, you will get this dialogue.
What do you want? What do you want now?
As if I didn't have enough problems.
What do you...